morning, everybody. My name is Samson David, and I'm the CEO of Sirocco. And I'm going to talk to you about a very fascinating topic today, and that's the dark side of the moon in enterprises. Before I do that, let me take a few minutes and briefly introduce Sirocco. Sirocco stands for Software Robotics Company. We were founded by a bunch of techies in from Harvard, MIT, and CMU. At the core, we are a tech company, 150 plus engineers across Boston and Bangalore, 40 odd patents. Scout is our core platform, and I'll talk a little bit about it. We've got about 70 customers that we serve. We're very privileged to serve those customers. About 20 of them are Fortune 500, Global 500. And we've got operations across the US, Europe, UK and I, and Asia Pac. Here is what the industry experts say about us. If you look at the picture, we've been rated the #1 task discovery software by Everest. That came in yesterday. We're also doing a very interesting artifact with Everest. We're creating the first task mining handbook, which I think will be very helpful in your automation journeys. Nelson Hall has rated us as a leader. HFS, we are in the HFS top 10. ISG has marked us as a rising star. Gartner, if you look at the best customer ratings at Gartner in our space, Sirocco has it. And Sirocco is the only company since Facebook to have been on the front page of HBR twice. So that's a very quick look at Sirocco. Now let's look at the space of automation, guys. If you look at what Gartner has to say on automation, it says 50% of RPA programs do not deliver what's expected. HFS says about 18% are still in POC stages. Everest says the biggest problem with automation is to know what to automate, to create a credible pipeline for automation. So there are a few points to ponder. Automation is strategic to enterprises and it's got the highest visibility. Some of the best people in enterprises are working on this. Enterprises have made significant investments in this space. So why is it that so many programs, RPA programs, struggle to deliver? So while there are many ingredients in place, I believe there is one key missing ingredient, and that is visibility. We've all been taught, hey, look, you cannot improve what you cannot measure, but I've added one more line to it. You cannot measure what you do not see. My hypothesis is enterprises are dealing with a phenomenon called the dark side of the moon. Now, what is this dark side of the moon? So if you look at it, enterprises have a decent visibility on how systems work. And this fundamentally comes from structured interactions from systems of record systems. The source of truth for this are logs. Enterprises believe that if they know what systems are doing, by definition, by extension, they know what processes are doing, and hence what users are doing. But there's a dark spot, there's a blind spot, because users do not spend most of their times on systems of record systems. Where are they spending time? About 60% of the workday, most of the users are spending time on emails, chats, documents, and non-systems of record systems. Most of this is unstructured interactions. And the amount of data that enterprises, the users in enterprises are generating is humongous. Just to give you a perspective, if you look at social media, tons of data is getting generated, a huge data set. And many organizations have created multi-billion-dollar valuations on this. Enterprises generate 70 times more than the data that is getting generated out of social media. So there's a huge unstructured data set that is getting generated. But enterprises have not cracked how to get deep insights from this data, right? The whole name of the game is if you can create structured insights from this unstructured data set that creates amazing potential for enterprises. Let me bring it to life real quick. So this is a sales order management process for a Fortune 500 pharma company. They've deployed this process on SAP. They think that the process runs on SAP. SAP is this big information highway that they have built this stuff on. And they believe that users are spending most of the time on this highway, all processes are running on this highway, but that's not true, because 60% of the time, users are spending time outside of this highway. So they get on the SAP highway, they do some stuff, then they get off the SAP highway. They do stuff on emails, chats, documents, other processes. Then go back on the SAP highway, do some stuff, get off the highway, do some stuff, get on the highway, so on and so forth. So there is this constant zigzag of on the highway, off the highway. Why does it matter? So if you are running any automation program, you need to know first as to what's happening. Just by looking at logs, you will not know exactly what's happening. Secondly, what are you automating? You're fundamentally automating what users do. For that, you need to know what users do. And that's what it is. So Scout fundamentally is our platform which delivers key insights, gives structured insights from all of this unstructured interaction. And that creates a very credible, solid, high quality pipeline for your automation programs. How does the tech work? So underlying Scout is the tech which is called Work Graph. What is Work Graph? Work Graph is a near real-time, detailed, intelligent, and scalable map of your users' digital journeys. Very similar to what Google has done. Google's underlying tech is also graph tech. Scout's underlying tech is also graph. What has Google done? It's taken every point on the planet, mapped it. Google knows the attributes of the point, it knows the relationship between these points, it knows the sequence. So if you have to go from point A to point B, Google can tell you, hey, there are 5 ways of going to it. This is how much time it's going to take. Oh, by the way, here are the hotspots on the way. And if you take the path, you take a wrong turn, or you decide to do something else, Google has the ability to dynamically reroute you. Scout does exactly the same in your enterprise digital journey. How does Scout's tech look like? How is it different from other tech that is out there? At the core of the tech, to build the graph, deep capture is the key differentiator, and that's where most of our patents are. So if you really look at it, if you want to know what's going on, there are two sources of data. On one hand is the log file. Log file will tell you what your systems are doing. But log files are not the source of your automation pipeline, because systems are already fairly automated. The crucible of your automation pipeline is what users are doing, because end of the day, you're really taking manual tasks and automating it. When you look at how users are doing stuff, this is where Scout looks at. In the industry, there are two kinds of technology which tell you what users are doing around task discovery. One technology is called computer vision. There are 3 problems with technologies which use computer vision, or companies which use computer vision. Number 1, it's not scalable. Fundamentally, computer vision is about taking a bunch of pictures, stacking them up, scrubbing the data, and trying to get insights of it. It's not scalable. So that technology cannot scale. You can't deploy 50, 60, hundreds of your team members. That technology doesn't scale. The second issue with that technology is accuracy. The third one is privacy. You can't take a picture and say, hey, look, I'm not looking, scrub it. You have a PII issue. Our technology, where all of our patents are, does it very differently. Scout interrogates the operating system, and that's where it gets its insights. That's how we create the core graph underneath. So that's on the capture. Once you've done the capture, there is very rich insights that can come out of it. Number one, you can get near real-time view of how your systems are really working. Think Google Maps. You can get SOPs. You can get PDDs. You also get multiple process variations. So, hey, look, there are 18 ways of running a process. Each process has got this kind of a weightage. It'll break down a process, tasks, subtasks, and gives you automatability at a task level. It also allows you to be able to stitch processes and get different kinds of pivot data. Finally, Scout does not just stop at giving insights. It actually connects to the ecosystem. Scout works with other data sets. For example, a lot of our customers use Celonis and Scout together. Celonis provides a lot of log-level data, log-level insights. Scouts provides a lot of user-level insights. So customers like to combine those things. Scout coexists with RPA providers like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, Power Automate. Scout has the ability to auto-generate bots. So Scout can collect data, Scout can provide insights, and from the insights, Scout has the ability to auto-generate bots for a lot of RPA providers. Scout has BPMN connectors. Scout also connects with adoption tools like Whatfix. So Scout is very closely integrated with different parts of your ecosystem. And at the core, Scout is a data platform. So in addition to all the insights that I talked about, Scout provides SODA API, which is Scout Open Data Architecture, which allows you to query your rich data and generate insights over and above what I talked about. Here are some examples of work that we've done across our customers. We worked across supply chain, HR, FinOps, customer service, across regions, across industries. So in summary, what I'm saying is, if you look at your automation journey, there is significant amount of strategic intent. There's a lot of visibility. The best minds are working on it. You invested a lot of money in tech. However, many of these RPA programs are wobbling. If you look at Gartner, it says 50% wobble. If you look at HFS, it says 18% are still on POC. The question is why? Because there is one core ingredient which is missing, and that's visibility. Visibility of what users are doing. That's a very important data set. That is the dark side of the moon for enterprises. This is where visibility isn't as great, because this is a hard computer science problem. Unstructured data, lots of data. Scout has this ability to take this unstructured user interaction data and convert it into structured insights. And once you get it, you have then the ability to generate a lot of insights, which generates your automation pipeline. Not only does it generate the pipeline for you, it is also connected to your ecosystem so that it works with your RPA connectors, it auto-generates bots, it works with the Celonises of the world, it works with the Whatfix of the world. So that's what I had. I have my colleague Frank here, and we're going to be out at the booth. If you want to know more, please stop by the booth and check out Scout and Sirocco. And still got a couple of minutes maybe. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take it, guys. Wonderful. Thank you so much.